aspirant House of Representatives, Khana, the Khana Federal Constituency, under the platform of the People's Democratic Party.
Recently, the party's came out from 5 years. How do you feel about it?
Well, I fulfilled all that they are required of me as stipulated by the party guidelines and the Electoral Act 2022 as amended, and appeared before the PDP National Assembly Screening Committee. And I was already cleared. That was on the 27th of April 2022. But to my greatest chagrin, on the 30th of April, when the written result came out, I got to the party secretariat and saw my name on the board, not clear. And I became alarmed and immediately appealed to the National Assembly appeal panel, because after the screening committee, there's a window for appeal. And the National Assembly appeal panel of our great party invited me on the 3rd of May 2022 and heard my appeal, and also told me that I should go, that they have heard me, that their result will be out in 48 hours, because our party guideline is explicit on that. It says that when an aspirant has appealed, 48 hours or soon thereafter, the appeal decision should be made known to the aspirant. But to my further surprise, 7 days after, which was on the 10th of May, I didn't hear anything from the appeal panel. So I immediately wrote to the national chairman of the party, Senator Ayo, and told him, Mr. Chairman, this is my ordeal. Please, could you use your good office to prevail on the appeal panel to release my results, in order to restore my confidence in the whole process as a party man. But the national chairman never acted. I never heard from him. And at that juncture, my hands were crossed. My hands were tight. I was left with no other option than to approach the temple of justice, which is the court. Because I believe the court is the last hope for the oppressed. I believe the court is the last hope for the embattled. So as far as I am concerned, I did all that were required of me. And when I went to court, I did not only sue the party as it were, I also joined INEC, because INEC is to conduct this election, and INEC has a guideline for it, encapsulated the Electoral Act. I also joined my co-aspirants, so that we get justice at the end of the day, because it is an election that should be free and fair, that all candidates should be given level playing ground. But I was, attempted to be disenfranchised. Let me use that word because I know I can never be disenfranchised. As I'm speaking with you, you all know that I am the President General of Ogoni Youth. I am very popular. Perhaps that is what has sent my co-aspirants rattled. Perhaps that is why the politics of exclusion that is now being played at. And besides being the president of the Ogoni Youth, I am also the chairman of River State Ethnic Youth Leaders. So my popularity cuts across the states. And what we are looking at now, by the text of this current Electoral Act, is a sellable candidate. It's a candidate that is sellable, because gone are those days when people will come and hijack ballot boxes. If you hijack ballot boxes in 2022 election, you're wasting your time, because voters shall be accredited electronically. So where would you go and thumbprint in the bushes like they used to do? That narrative has gone. So we're talking about popularity, and that is why I am hitherto appealing to the party to reconsider their decision and do the right thing. Because as for us and my supporters, my teaming supporters, we are, we have crossed the Rubicon. We are doing everything within our power and the legal framework to ensure that justice and our mandate is restored.
Okay, in all of this, do you sense any foul play, especially on the state level?
Well, of course, from what I have told you, Obviously, you know that there are foul play. Foul plays, interplays came on board. If not, how do you phantom the fact that screening was done on the 27th, screening that involves a lot of people, and 3 days after, on the 30th, results were made known. An appeal panel that sat on the top, that entertained about 5 protesting aspirants, hoarded their own result of appeal till this very moment, and they have not released it. So it shows that there's foul play. The party left us with no other option than to resort to self-help. Otherwise, how do you explain that candidates like us, aspirants like us, bought form, paid for form, fulfilled all electoral guidelines, you screened us out, we appealed the screening, you never spoke to us again, whether or not we are to partake or not to partake in the primaries? This is anti-democratic, and it is condemnable in all ramifications. And we are calling on lovers of justice and democracy to rise up and stand with us in this fight, because this fight we are on shall set a precedent for our latent democracy in this country.
Rivers State, Akwa Ibom State, and Delta, the governors made their choice candidates. They made no mistake about it when they brought them to the people, and eventually these candidates won the particular primary.